Home Show.
Arnold from North Riverside, Illinois, has a question about a chimney decay.
Yeah, this is what he's facing in his basement here, Tom. As you can see, the chimney's looking pretty sad. And Arnold writes to us, he says, yeah, we have a chimney in our basement that's deteriorated. And there was some old drywall attached to it, and we removed it. And you can see the result of that removal. The forced air furnace and the water heater vent through this chimney. Can you suggest, Tom, the best way to fix it?
Well, I don't know. It's been there a long time. This is nothing that's happened overnight. If you look at the picture closely, it looks like somebody tried to repair it at one point and did a very poor job of it. But all that exterior, it's like a stucco, or the coating they put on the brick needs to be scraped off until you get down to the good stuff on the top and the bottom. And all that needs to be repaired through, a mason coming in, making sure the bricks are not deteriorated. They don't need to be relayed. You can take bricks out and put them back in with new mortar joints and stuff and repoint all the mortar. And then you can do what's probably a product like a Surewall, where you texture the whole thing over and just trowel it all on and try to make it look nice. And when it's all cured, you can paint it and make it look good too, for that matter. And painting actually protects it also. So a coat of paint on there when you're done is going to be helpful. Now, the other question I have is, and I want a chimney sweep to check this out, why is it deteriorating? If it's taking water from the outside going down the flue, that water is finding a place to migrate. I don't know if there's close to a throat of the fireplace or some area where there's a shelf in there and water's collecting and just eating away, because if it's that bad on the outside, it could be that bad or even worse on the inside. So a chimney sweep really needs to take a good look at it and make sure it's not taking water, because you can repair it till you're blue in the face on the exterior side in your laundry area, but it's not stopping the problem. So a chimney sweep to take a good look at it. If you want to attempt it yourself, you can, or get a mason, or even a chimney sweep could probably take care of this, because they have masonry skills. That's part of their job. But it needs to be patched, repointed, and stuccoed over, and then a good paint job on there to protect it, because it looks like it's in a basement.
Yeah. Well, in fact, he says that in the question, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. But it's I've been in basements before, and it's very common. And people ignore the part in the basement, but basements get damp and wet and stuff, and it starts to deteriorate things. You need to maintain that stuff down there too.
Exactly. Well, I'm amazed by what you said, is that the idea of getting the mason involved in it, Tom. I mean, that's you're digging into that a lot deeper than I thought. I looked at that. I thought just put some over it and move on.
No. If the bricks are loose, that means water's getting to it. It's like a firebox where the bricks get loose in there. You just don't put a little caulk in there. You have to relay those bricks with fire clay to make sure they're all nice and tight. And when that happens, that means there's moisture getting in it. Somebody didn't have a rain cap on there, or a lot of water has been building up and just deteriorating the mortar. So I can't do it, but I'd take a screwdriver and I'd poke around in all those mortar joints. And if they're just loose, cracked, and crumbling out, they have to be reset. And so you can take sections out and reset it without the whole thing coming down. Don't remove the whole thing, because it's holding the entire chimney up. So just have to have a certain skill set and training to do this. Mm-hmm. But I have a feeling that's an old home, and you're going to have some I hate to use the word major repair, but it's going to be a skilled repair person to take care of that.
Well, he's up in North Riverside, Illinois, and
I'm sure there's tons of chimney sweeps up there.
Sure.
People maintain their chimneys all the time in these older homes. These are real masonry chimneys, and they do take maintenance. They're not there forever.
Well, the key takeaway for me in your answer there, Tom, is that this is a symptom. It's not the problem.
Yeah.
It's signaling that there's something more here that you need to look into in repairing that chimney. And you can't just paper, because it looks like, to me, go back to that picture a second here. It looks to me like somebody did try just covering it over once, and that.
Yeah, you see that gray area where it looks like somebody tried to put some. Now, maybe Arnold did that and said, "Wait, this isn't working. I better call Tom." So he might have just done that. So, and if that's the case, then ignore that point of my answer. But if you really look closely at that picture again, you can see that mortar on those bricks behind that stucco. That stuff is falling out. I see big, deep lines in there. That needs to be addressed by a professional.
He has the same washing machine I do.
Oh, nice! Now we're getting distracted.
Yeah,
look at the kitty. Look at the kitty.
Squirrel. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a question? We're easily distracted, so send us another question. Visit HomeShowRadio.com and fill out the Ask Tom form right there by clicking on the blue form. And you can either send us a question or send us a video. Either way, we'll answer your question in a video just like this one that we'll post at HomeShowRadio.com, our Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. If you're on our YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to know when we're posting new ones, click the subscribe and the bell, and that'll tell you when there's a new one up there. And give us a thumbs up if you enjoy what you see.